The individual with an iPhone identified as iPhone. Oh, let me see. Which one is it?
This is Eric.
The individual that gets iPhone. Could you tell me your name?
My name is Eric Thomas.
Mr. Thomas. All right. So what I'm going to do is place you back into the waiting room until we're ready to proceed. When you do come back into the room. Well, and first of all, do we have a Thomas up here?
Yes, sir. You should.
I don't have an Eric Thomas.
I have Luke Thomas at 2:30.
No, this is Eric Thomas. I have the case number for you and everything.
Yeah, why don't you give it to me?
Okay. The case number is 240155 SM. And your judge, Ballaragan.
Mr. Warrant out.
All right. I know who I am, and it's Balarjan, just so you know.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, sir.
No, that's all right. But, yeah,
He was scheduled for arraignment this morning.
All right. So you're going to need to, you were scheduled for an arraignment this morning at 8:30. And
okay.
So there's a warrant out. You're going to need to address that warrant. So you're going to need to leave the court, follow up with them. And next time you come into court, we need you to take your hat off.
I'm sorry about that, sir, but I had put this stuff in earlier today and it didn't go through, and it just now had let me join you guys chat. So
all right. Well, you weren't in my courtroom this morning, and when the case got when you weren't here, we put it into warrant status. If unless it was your first time, was it?
No, Judge.
It wasn't. Okay, so it's a warrant status because that means you haven't shown up twice. So okay.
How do I go about doing that?
Follow up with the court. Call the district court, but you're gonna need to turn yourself in to address the bench warrant, sir.
Wow. So is it a bench warrant out of the whole state of Michigan, or just in Allegan?
It's issued out of Allegan. That is good nationwide.
Wow.
Yeah. Good luck to you. Take care of it. You can take care of it and you can address it, but don't let it get bigger than it is. So go ahead and take care of it.
So I turn myself in, then what?
Well, then we're going to set the matter for an arraignment again.
I would have to bond out and all that?
Well, probably.
That's crazy, bro.
Well, first of all, I'm not a bro, and it's not crazy. You haven't appeared for 3 times now, so... Sir, you're going to need to leave the court. I have other cases going.
All right.
Your Honor, if David McCurtis is here, I do have a victim present in our office for that sentencing, so the court is aware.
Say that again.
If David McCurtis is here for sentencing, I do have a victim present in our office for that case.
Okay, well, we haven't gotten to that point yet.
Just making the court aware.
All right. Let's go on the record the matter of People's State of Michigan versus McCurtis.
Go get my victim, Your Honor.
Mr. McCurtis, state your name for the record.
Curtis.
You're going to need to be closer to your microphone, sir. We can't hear you.
David McCurtis.
Perfect. Keep it right at that level, if you would, please. All right. We're here for sentencing on attempted unlicensed residential builder, Ms. Vanderbrook.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ann Vanderbrook for the people. I have my victim, Marcia Vincent, here today. She would like to make a statement to the court. In addition to that, she is asking for $30,800 in restitution. Ms. Vincent, speak loudly and clearly.
Okay. David McCurtis, you advertised on your website that you were licensed and insured. That was not true. And you advertised on Angie's list that you were licensed and insured, knowing that this too was not true. My mother and I were in an auto accident in April of 2019. My mother had a concussion in her brain, and I had a broken back and was going through physical therapy after surgery. So we sought help to complete our basement remodel, which we hired you to do on June 30 of 2019. My younger sister Nancy was to move in with me in her remodeled basement apartment after along with her friend Audrey, who Nancy took care of. And we told you that we wanted it done as soon as possible so Audrey could be moved in before she passed away. Audrey passed away before getting to be in her new home. Instead of concentrating on getting the task accomplished in a timely manner, you kept pushing me for more projects that we did not hire you to do, such as telling me that there was something wrong with my roof valley and that I needed a roof. Even when I told you that we were not ready for putting on a new roof, you kept pushing me to ask my mother for it. My mother was the source of the funds. Instead of completing the basement model, you had workers put on a new roof after pushing us into it. I submitted a statement from county professional code inspectors who inspected the roof and told me the valley didn't have a problem and the roof was installed incorrectly. You put the old cracked boot back on the roof and later it leaked, doing damage. You did not secure the braces to the chimney and we had to pay someone else to do this. And we still need to fix the roof and are worried about more leaks. You said you would give us a warranty, but where were you when our boot leaked? Where will you be when something else leaks because it still needs to be fixed? None of the nails were covered with tar as they were required to be according to the inspector. In the picture of the roof inspector's report, you can see a tent in the backyard. My sister was living in a tent in the backyard until it was freezing in November because we had to find church members to help us finish the work ourselves that we paid you to do. Nancy had to move out due to the owners selling the home she was renting. You agreed to the blueprint that I gave you as well as emailed to you. You were also told that the reason we needed double doors to the utility room was to get access to the maintenance panel on the furnace. And if a wall was there, you could not get access to the panel. When we noticed that your workers made a single door to the far right and a wall was in front of the furnace maintenance access panel, and we told you that you needed to correct this according to the print and that the access to the crawl space was crooked and not flush to the wall and that no one could put doors on a crooked access, you got rude to us and said that we were not allowed to tell you how to do your job. You went above me and texted my then 85-year-old mother and demanded more money from her. Your contract stated that you would get paid the balance only after the work was finished, and you had no right demanding more money from my mother. Again, my mother had a brain concussion and was not thinking right, and even when I warned her to not give you more money because you had hardly done the work given you yet. She was set on getting the work finished because she was so stressed out because of all of this. She went ahead and wrote out a check for you. That weekend, I drew up for my mother a final payment agreement, which you signed before my sister Deborah gave you my mother's check for an additional $3,000 over and above what you originally agreed to do and demanded from my mother. You took that money and never came back, and you didn't finish the work. My mother had several atrial fibrillation heart attacks after that due to stress. She died 2 years later from a stroke brought on by AFib due to her weakened heart. We also paid you for the plumbing work in advance, which you were to pay the plumber. You only paid a portion of it and kept the rest for yourself, leaving us with unfinished plumbing. And the plumber didn't finish his portion because he wasn't going to get paid. We also paid you in full, as receipts showed, for the concrete cutting for the egress window, but you did not pay the cutters, and we were forced to pay them again, or they would put a lien on our home. So we want to be paid back for this. My autoimmune disease got much worse after all of this, and I am now in stage 3 kidney disease, and my older sister got cancer from the stress. You have done untold damage to not only our physical home, but to our well-being and the stress you caused our family. Thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like the court to know? Thank you, Your Honor.
Recommendations from the people.
Your Honor, we would ask for the maximum.
Maximum what?
Maximum fines, maximum costs, maximum jail.
Why?
Your Honor, this is a particularly egregious example of this crime. $30,800 in restitution. It occurred over a long period of time. The sheer depraved heart nature of this in just taking and taking and taking, lying and saying he was insured and licensed when he wasn't, just goes to show the lack of care and consideration and the lack of concern for others and the flouting of the law. So we would ask that he be held accountable and that his punishment fit what he's done to this family.
Well, if it were that bad of a case, why would it have been reduced to half the charge as an attempted?
I can't speak to that, Your Honor. I can say that I know an unlicensed builder is a misdemeanor with up to, I believe, $25,000 penalty on it. There's significantly more than that in restitution.
Has restitution been reviewed with Mr. McCurtis and agreed to by Mr. McCurtis as the appropriate amount?
I have not spoken to Mr. McCurtis. I have the receipts for restitution. I'd be happy to set this for a restitution hearing if he so desires.
Well,
But we have all of the receipts and the itemization and all the checks that went out.
that's fine. All right, Mr. McCurtis, what do you have to say?
First, may I say I apologize, Your Honor, if the young lady is listening to me. I apologize for the miscommunication, and I didn't have any intention to do any hurt, harm, or danger to anyone. Because, like I said, I'm not that type of person, and I'm not insured. It must have been a misprint, and that's no longer on my information. I got insurance, but I was never insured, so that was a misprint, and I apologize for the miscommunication. And I don't remember what happened or what didn't happen because that was a long time ago. So I apologize for that. So I'm willing to try to help them out the best of my ability to make it right. And I'm sorry for their loss because, I haven't been in trouble in 30 years. So I do go to a church home, and I've been part of the church and part of the ministry for the last 30 years. So I apologize from the bottom of my heart, and I can do anything that's in my power to try to help make it right. And I'm sorry for their losses. And, I'm deeply apologetic, and I'll try to help to the best of my ability. And it was a miscommunication, and I apologize for that.
Well, it's not a miscommunication when it's happening in more than one website. You're obviously holding yourself out rather blatantly and flagrantly, correct? I mean,
Whoever did the website,
unless you're saying it's a misunderstanding. Well, wait a minute. Unless you're saying that the miscommunication is what comes out of your mouth is not what you mean it to be.
No, I'm talking about whoever did the website put it the wrong way. And I don't even remember who did that.
But it was more than one. But it was on more than one website, sir.
I only had one website.
Well, it was also on Angie's list in the same way, correct? So that's not your website.
Right. Who the information that got for Angie's was miscommunication. And I had someone helping me, and they must have did it the wrong way, and I wasn't aware of that until she told me. And
are you agreeing to the restitution in the amount of $30,000?
No, I'm not agreeing to $30,000. I can help them the best of my ability. And I'm not agreeing to that.
Sir, hold on. I'm going to take one piece at a time. Restitution, I'm going to set for hearing. All right. Anything else you want?
If we can get contact information for Mr. McCurtis, we'll be happy to send this to him for his review, or his attorney if he has one.
Where do you want this information sent, Mr. McCurtis?
So, Kalamazoo, Michigan, 49008.
9008.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you read that back to and make sure we have the right information?
Kalamazoo, Michigan, 49008.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you have a telephone number, Mr. McCurtis?
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So I'm setting the restitution aspect of this out for hearing. So we'll make a determination on that once I see the proofs. In regard to the remainder, anything else you wanted to say regarding sentencing, Mr. McCurtis, before I proceed?
Yeah, the guy, like I said, I apologize. It was a miscommunication. What had happened is the guy who did I think that the electrical, the plumbing guy or whatever, I gave them all his information, and I didn't take none of his money. He got his own money. So that was miscommunication, or I don't know what happened, because he did the job on that. So I didn't get none of that money. Whatever was his fee, that's what he got. And whoever did the cutting, he paid them. So that had nothing to do with me. I was just trying to help them out and give some people that I know that did that type of work to help them out with the assignment. And then we must have got cross references, and she got mad at me and told me don't come back, or something happened. I don't remember. That was a long time ago. But I tried to help them from the bottom of my heart, and I did everything that I promised them I would do. I did it. I introduced some people that I know to do that type of work. So I don't know what happened and how the ball dropped, but I did the best of my ability trying to help them out. And like I said, I'm willing to help them the best of my ability to try to to resolve the situation.
All right. Anything else?
No, sir.
All right. I am going to, as I already indicated, setting restitution out for hearing. Fines on this matter are going to be $1,000. State costs $50. Court costs $300. Crime victim right fee of $75 for a total of $1,425 to be paid in 90 days. I'll sentence you also to 30 days in jail that will begin on March 8, 2024. You need to turn yourself in on or before 5 p.m. on March 8.
Wait a minute. What did you say now? What did you say?
What
I didn't
part
hear you.
did you want? What part did you want me to repeat?
No, you was going too fast. Say that again, please. I didn't hear none of it.
Okay, I'll repeat the entire sentencing.
Okay.
Fines are going to be $1,000. State costs $50. Court costs $300. Crime victim right fee of $75. So that's a total of fines and costs of $1,425 to be paid over 90 days. That's over 90 days. The restitution hearing, the request for $30,000 in restitution, that's set for a hearing at a later date. You're going to be getting proofs in the mail. You're going to have to review those, and then we're going to have a hearing, and we'll make a decision based on that. In the meantime, you need to turn yourself into the Allegan County Jail on or before March 8 at 5 p.m. That's this Friday at 5 p.m. for 30 days in jail.
I'm in the middle of a job, Your Honor.
March 8, on or before 5 p.m.
But why would you lock me up when I'm trying to work to take care of my family? I said I'll work a deal with them. I'll help them to the best of my ability. So why would you send me to jail? I'm out here working, trying to provide for my family. And I said it was a miscommunication. I said I'd help them out to the best of my ability. I never said I wouldn't help pay the cost off. I never said that. I said we got to come to an agreement.
Sure,
I haven't been in trouble in 30 days.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
This is a criminal matter. All right, criminal matter. You pled guilty to a charge that puts you at risk. The possibility, Ms. Vanderbrook indicated that she wanted me to sentence you to 6 months in jail. I'm sentencing you to 30 days. If you want me to reconsider my sentencing on that, I'm not sure that would be in your best interest.
No, I'm not saying that, Your Honor. I'm just saying I'm in the middle of a job, and I apologize to them.
That may be. It's a criminal matter, sir. You're going to have to make arrangements. I've given you 3 days to make some arrangements there.
I'm in the middle of this job, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, sir. You need to take care of that. Find someone to help you with it.
Okay, so what I got to do?
You need to turn yourself into the jail on or before 5 p.m. on March 8th.
March 8th. What's today's date? I'm going to be done my job.
Sir, today's date is March 5th. I'm giving you 3 days to make arrangements.
Can you give me another week, please?
And
That's just too short of a time. I'm trying to finish up this job, Your Honor. I'm in the middle of a job.
Sir, I think that I'm being reasonable with you. You can leave the court.
Thank you, Your Honor.